Scott would have had a birthday.
Yeah.
Right? I saw that. If he were with us, I do wonder. Like he probably would he have come on? He would have come on here, right?
God, yeah.
He made a lot of appearances. I don't think he would have been averse to
Scott?
coming on and chopping it up.
No, Scott would have been a steady follow. Because we used to do that little 5 minute thing called Last Call with Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
We do that from the road. He might have his own podcast by now. But
That's true. Probably would have.
yeah. No, for years, that when this news broke on the Arnold Palmer fucking reference, I thought they were, to me, like at this point in my life, the only time I hear Arnold Palmer is when somebody orders the drink.
The iced tea lemonade gimmick.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just said to myself when I heard all this, I said, "Oh, so that's what I said. Well, I'll definitely make sure that I have mine shaken and not stirred moving forward. I definitely
What'd you
don't want mine.
use?
I definitely don't want it stirred."
They should now that this is out there. The brave restaurants can have some fun with the glasses and containers that
Oh
this is
yeah.
brought out
I
in
think
at
you
this
almost
point.
have to you almost have to serve the Arnold Palmer in like a Weissen beer type glass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a boot. Serve in one of those boots that I think it was Mario's that used to be on the north side of Pittsburgh. You could buy a yard. You drink a yard of beer, and you used to. I forget how many yards of beer I drank in there, but I was.
I mean, I'm half joking, but I bet some places will do shit like that at this point.
God, where were we at? It was someplace, and I know Shawn Michaels was. It was me and Shawn, and it was like we might have been at Eclair, like University of Wisconsin Eclair, or it might have been like in Louisiana. But it was like a college setting, and they had the yards of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the giant glass with the fucking big bulb on the bottom of it.
Right.
And fuck, like I think I think Sean and I drank two of those along with like our normal consumption of beer that night.
Were you a big I guess you had to everyone drank beer back then, right? Although you guys used to do those trays of shots, right? Like when
That was the end of the night. That was just to kick in the gimmicks.
oh, and then the gargling and shit.
Fuck it. Well, you had to gargle because the fucking pussies would throw it over their shoulder.
Toss it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so you had to take one at a time. You'd go, gargle, boom, gargle, gargle.
Who were you impressed by? Was there anyone that came into the company and you were like, "All right, let's get this guy," but held his own?
No, I was more impressed with the fact that like Paul didn't drink.
Mhm.
That was a more I mean, just to be a fucking lunatic with the rest of us, it wasn't like
Right.
if somebody was to have told me at 65 years old, like I'd be with I don't know if it's 8, 9 months, whatever it's been since I've had a drink, but um, like I'd be like, what? Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You know, I'm getting ready to go to a wedding,
Mhm.
so this will be like the first thing that I've went to that's like alcohol, fucking very alcohol forward.
Oh, yeah.
With the open bar, and I have a feeling I'll be fucking powdering quick.
Well, you when we went out to dinner, you did not have a glass of wine with your steak.
I had a sip of my wife's.
Yeah, that's a sip.
I hadn't, that was the first time I mean, it was a good bottle of wine. So just like, let me just taste it. And I was just like, just,
Yeah, you said that it had a
yeah, it kind of tasted, and and the old me was just, and my wife has couple glasses of wine every night. It's just like I sit there and drink my non-alcoholic beer. Have me a non-alcoholic beer.
What was the Papillon? The
The
wine they
one,
had?
yeah, they had Papillon. Yeah, Orange Swift.
So they polished off Our Ladies. I guess it was 2 carafes, right?
Two
Two
fucking,
bottles.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, 7, yeah, liter and a half of wine.
So my oldest has an affinity for wine. So does Lana, by the way. She's Italian through and through. Um, likes wine, and so I guess she had some of my wife Papillon that night. We go out to dinner. We're back, I guess, in Jersey. We go to dinner. She has a sip of the wine. My daughter goes, "Not Papillon." Oh, honey,
Yeah.
when I was 19, anything that approached what you drank that night was we pay people to go in and get what Peels, was that the name of the beer? Piels, I think, was it, just one level above piss. I think. Sorry to the Peels drinkers out there, but or whatever we could
I
get.
didn't
And she's
have,
sipping Papillon at the
I
fucking
didn't,
steakhouse. What do we do to our kids?
I remember like there was, of course, Mad Dog,
Oh, the MD
and
2020.
then there was what was the next one? The
There
Boone's
was one
Farm.
called Cisco. Was that around when you were
I
younger?
don't know. I know there was
When I was in high
it
school.
went Mad Dog was like the first one. Well, like when I was real young, like the hood wine was Thunderbird,
Oh, yep, Thunderbird.
the old fucking Thunderbird, and then Mad Dog was around, and then Boone's Farm, then Annie Green Springs or something like that, and then because of course I grew up in Detroit, we had T.J. Swan.
Mm,
It was like after hours. It was little Cocoa Krispies.
yeah,
We were so we were poor, so we got the um
the generic.
for no for no, 'cause it wasn't generic back then. We used to get Cheerios and Rice Krispies, like my mom would buy up because that's what she ate. So you would eat Cheerios.
Cheerios were, I believe, the start of a healthy breakfast, right? You're starting your day.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
I
why
sure I sure as-
You
I
Nash
sure as
kids have longevity.
I sure as fuck wanted those Fruit Loops.
Kev, do you remember? I was thinking about this the other day as we talk about your health and all that stuff. You were on one of the kayfabe shows, one of our many appearances that spawned this many years later. And you were talking to me about your family and your dad specifically. And you go to me, there are no 60-year-old Nashes. And I guess at the time, there weren't.
No,
And now, Mark,
67,
you, you're going to have
65.
to reveal the young ladies. And then, the lady
My,
doesn't
my
tell her age.
sister's 60.
Okay. So now, there are all, as
All
far as the
three of
kids
us.
go, all three
Yeah.
are 60-year-old Nashes. And then I said, you're in great health. And then you went to your height. You went, there are no 18-year-old greyhounds at the dog park.
Great
Great
Danes.
Danes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? If my wife wasn't on this planet, I could give 2 fucks.
you give me a break.
Seriously. I
You
mean,
said to yourself, narcissists like to live long. You said something.
yeah,
like
but I
that.
mean, fuck. I just I want this fucking election over. I just want it over. I don't
It's
give
exhausting. It's
I don't
consumed so much.
I don't give a fuck. I just want it over with. You know.
And we can get back to talking about uplifting things like Gaza and the Ukraine.
Talk about fucking the crown jewel
Of
fucking wrestling. The fucking big show in Saudi Arabia.
Are we talking
Yeah,
about that this week? You want to talk about that?
it's coming up.
I know.
It's the only place I've never been there. Yeah, that's the new belt they just
Mm-hmm.
showed Monday
There
night.
it is.
Came out kind of in a. I thought it was gonna be Eddie Van Halen's guitar for a minute, but they opened it up and
It was the belt.
it was the belt.
Anything that existed when Vince McMahon was CEO, we got to get rid of. Vince might have touched that other belt. Let's make a new belt. Okay, so Crown. All right, Saturday, November 2nd, my birthday, by the way. I don't know that I'll be doing this on my birthday, but
You're gonna watch that.